Hello, this is Jock and coach of the San Francisco Cinderace, and I'll be doing my battle replay for my Week 8 match against the Jacksonville Jolteon. So, in my team builder, I talked about the team I figured he would bring. I said it was going to be Capraja, Hydreigon, Jolteon, Jellicent, Mamoswine, and something else, either Arcanine, Passimian, or one of his fairies. He ended up bringing Passimian. Not the worst case in the world. I was probably most worried about Arcanine with Flash Fire, so not too unhappy to see the Passimian here. But yeah, let's get right into the battle. I'll lead Cinderace because with the Choice Scarf it's going to be faster than everything. Now, the thing here, I can't one-shot the Passimian with Pyro Ball or High Jump Kick, so I want to U-turn out. Honestly, I think Silvally was the best play because with a knockoff, it's not going to take much damage, you can't knock off the plate, and because it's fighting, it's resisted, so unless he's banded, it takes like 10%. But he ends up close combating, and I took 70. Now, looking at the damage, I thought it was choice banded initially, but after looking at the calculation, I realized that it was not. So, I'm not sure if it's scarfed. If it isn't scarfed, then I stay in and I one-shot it with a multi-attack here. But in all honesty, I don't want to risk it, so I'm going to switch out in the Aegis Slash. I'm not going to take any damage on the close combat, and I'm thinking the worst case in the world is he knockoffs and he gets rid of my berry, but I'll kill the Passimian, and that's a pretty big pickup. I don't have to worry about the knockoffs or close combats after, so I'm okay letting Aegis Slash take a chunk. Because the knockoff shouldn't one-shot me, and at the 0.67 special defense, he's gonna die to a Shadow Ball here. So we're gonna click Shadow Ball, and he ends up going for Earthquake. So my Shuca Berry, even though it was meant for Mamoswine, ends up coming in handy early. Lets me take the Earthquake very well, and we're gonna switch to Blade form and finish him off with a Shadow Ball. So first KO, the Hydreigon comes in. Now I'm in defense form at Blade form at 68%. We're not going to live anything, but I want a King Shield so I can scout what he's going to try and do. And we see it's Dark Pulse, so I'm going to switch out into Grimmsnarl because I have so much special defense investment. As long as he doesn't Flash Cannon, then I'm feeling pretty good, and he doesn't. So we take 9%, and now he's probably going to want to get out of here. He doesn't want to stay in. And I know, based on that damage, I know he's not Choice Specs or Life Orb. He could be Expert Belt or Scarf are the two I'm looking at now. So he's going to switch out in the Capraja, a Dazzling Gleam on the off chance he stays in, but I'm going to switch out here, and he's going to G-Max. So right now, I'm pretty happy because the G-Max gives me trouble, and having Vaporeon in on it is like best case scenario because it can take most of the stuff he wants to throw at me except Max Overgrowth. So we're just gonna take that fairly well, Scald and hope for a burn. We get a crit, no burn though. Max Overgrowth comes through and does 59%, but we didn't die, so if I'm willing to sack off Vaporeon, then I'll stall out the entirety of the G-Max. And the big thing Vaporeon's good for is Jellicent, but I still have Grimmsnarl who can come in and do okay into the Jellicent, get a nasty plot off, that sort of thing. So I thought about it, and I ended up going into Aegis Slash, see if I could eat the nasty plot, or the, not nasty plot, the Overgrowth, but he ends up going Max Quake. He makes a good prediction. Unfortunately for him, I live with 3%, and once the Capraja goes back to normal, I'm going to close combat. I'm not physically invested, so it only does 55, but that's still pretty good, and he's going to knock me out with the Earthquake. So now we just go out into Cinderace, and we're going to click Pyro Ball because the Arcanine is not here. It's going to hit everything for a chunk. The Jellicent still takes like 30%, I want to say. But I didn't see him wanting to hold on to Capraja after that. It's so slow. So he ends up letting it go down. Now, Jellicent comes in. I'm Choice Scarf locked. I still have Vaporeon, so I'm going to go out into that. And he Giga Drains. He gets a good amount of damage there, 30%. So we are going to go out into Grimmsnarl now, and while I do want to clear the spikes before I bring it in normally, I didn't have anything else that wanted to switch in to the Jellicent here. So we're just going to Nasty Plot straight away, and he Will-O-Wisp. That's probably best case scenario. I don't take damage, I get the Nasty Plot off, and here I'm just going to G-Max Dark Pulse, see what I can get. Giga Drains, which tells me he is somewhat speed invested. more than 12 at least, but we're gonna kill him. And then the Mamoswine's gonna come in. Ironhead, we're gonna eat our Babiri Berry and live, and then we're gonna Gmax Snooze again, and we're gonna finish off the Mamoswine. 19%, I'm not expecting to take an attack, so I'm gonna max guard and get a Sucker Punch off for some chip damage. It's not gonna do as much, it should do like half to the Jolteon, but it gets it down to 78, and then his Life Orb takes him to 68. But here we just go into Cinderace and we can win the game with High Jump Kick, so I'm just gonna click High Jump Kick, but it ends up missing. Once that happens, the game gets a lot more complicated. I should have been able to just click High Jump Kick twice, one-shot the Hydreigon, one-shot the Jolteon. Now the Cinderace is going to die to Draco Meteor. So I have to hope he is locked to Draco Meteor, because if he isn't and he goes for Dark Pulse and then he Dracos when the Flygon comes in, the Flygon's going to die. But if he's Choice Scarf, then, or Choice Specs, then getting the special attack drop again should let me live, and it looks like he is. So 0.33, I don't die to a Draco Meteor. So in this situation, I can't expect to win the game. I just have to click Dragon Claw, take the Draco, and then kill the Hydreigon. So I click Dragon Claw, I'm Choice Band locked. He ends up missing the Draco Meteor, so we both end up missing something big that could have won us the game. The Dragon Claw is going to clean up the Hydreigon in one shot, and then the Jolteon's going to come in. It's going to go for a Shadow Ball, and it crits to 70, but I'm going to be able to finish it off with a Dragon Claw. So 1-0. Not the best finish in the world, but it was kind of out of my control. Should have been 3-0 towards the end there if the High Jump Kick connected consecutively 2 times, but either way, good game to my opponent. Oh, I should pull up, based on the way the standings look in the league, let's see, ranking. Based on the way the standings look, though he is in 4th place currently, he plays the 5th place team this week, and the 1st and 3rd place teams play each other. So if the Boston Badoofs beat the Lucarios and he wins his match, it's likely that we play again 2 weeks from now in the playoffs. So in all likelihood, I'll be seeing him there again, and it'll be an interesting match because I'll have to change some stuff. I probably won't be able to catch him off guard with a special Grimmsnarl again, but yeah, good game, and I look forward to seeing him in the finals most likely. Yeah, thank you for watching.